from UNIQLO. Sheen, Timu, I'm looking at you. And it's nice and light too. 2 for 2. We are on a streak. Hey team, welcome to today's video and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Hayden. We are doing a part 2 of UNIQLO, and that's because part 1 was so successful and I truly loved the clothes that we ordered from there. So obviously today's video is us trying out more men's clothes from UNIQLO. Now, I paid for everything myself out of my own money. This is not a sponsored video. Today's video is all based on my first impression, first experience, thoughts, and opinions. As usual, we have another 3 items from UNIQLO to take a look at today. Those 3 items are, and I will do the conversion as usual down the bottom. We've got the UNIQLO U 100% cotton crew neck t-shirt. I got the color 30 natural. And it's in a medium. I paid $19.90 Australian. We're also looking at the UNIQLO U Alrism cotton long sleeve crew neck t-shirt. I also got that in 30 natural as well as size medium. And then the last thing we're looking at today is the fluffy yarn fleece full zip jacket, color 57 olive in unisex medium, and that was $49.90. Now, much like the last experience, the last time I ordered from UNIQLO, the turnaround is super quick. It took around a week, and that was it. Not even a week. It was probably 4 business days. So from ordering to receiving, it was a very fast turnaround. Here we have our items. Once again, much like last time, I like that it comes in a box because the clothing is then protected. You can see majority of the box is taken up by the jacket. It's literally taken over half of the box in here. Here we have our 3 items. Look at the size of that. We'll save this one to last. We are going to take a look at this one, which is the Alrism cotton long sleeve crew neck t-shirt 30 natural in unisex medium. Before I even open it up, it's got what the makeup of it is, so what the garment is actually made from. There's 53% cotton, 47% polyester, 30% made from recycled polyester, and then the ribbing around the neckline, and I'm assuming there's ones around the wrist, is 73% cotton and 27% polyester. First impressions is pretty good. It feels very soft. There's absolutely no smell to it, which I'm not surprised if we can remember last time it was the same scenario. I like the way it looks already. Here it is out of its packaging. I like the color. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to pick up correctly on camera. It is very overcast. We're about to get like a downpour of rain, so I'm hoping the shadows aren't going to interfere. It's very lightweight. There's not much to it. It doesn't have a cheap crunch to it. It's not a lot to the construction, but it does look very neat and clean. You can see where the sleeve panels meet the shoulder and the neckline. You don't see anything. There's no bunching. There are no threads hanging out all the way down the seam. And even where that T-section is, where the armpit meets the arm panels. Even around the wrist area on the inside, there's a few threads there. You can see them right here, but they don't go anywhere. That's been tied off. All right, let's try it on. Are we surprised? This is super comfortable, lots of movement, very flattering, slightly on the oversized end of the scale, even though it was a medium, a unisex medium. And it doesn't feel like anything's going to irritate, even though the neckline is quite high up. I'm not usually a big fan of super close to the neck. I don't mind a turtleneck kind of situation, but this is very comfortable. And it was easy to get over my head. It just stretched. Here we have our long sleeve crew neck. It's more on the boxy side, but in a good way, if that makes sense. It's still flattering and it's got enough shape to it. We have our first success. I almost blend in with the walls behind me. I'm pretty certain that the next one is going to be very similar. It's almost an identical color. It's just a different cut. But as usual, we're going to try it on. This one, however, is a short sleeve and it's 100% cotton. It feels exactly the same. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't feel exactly the same. There's a bit more of a rough texture to it, whereas this one does feel, now that I'm doing a comparison, the polyester in it, it does have a slightly plastic vibe. Whereas this one, you can tell it's cotton. No smell, always a bonus. Here we have it out of its packaging. It looks like it's going to be a similar fit. Well, they are both medium. Construction looks nice and clean as usual. You can see in here along the neckline, there are no threads sticking out. There's nothing bunching. Even where the two panels meet, the T section where the front meets the back and down the shoulder. Then we'll check out a junction under the armpit where 4 panels meet. Look at that, nice and clean, tidy. When you pull it, nothing looks like it's going to unravel. And it's nice and light too. That's just my hands running over the fabric. There's no actual crunch to it. Let's try this on. This one is definitely more my speed. I do like a short sleeve shirt. I really like the way it fits. Again, there's a lot of movement. Now, because it is 100% cotton, it's going to allow a lot of airflow, so it's going to breathe. It feels very comfortable on the skin. There's absolutely nothing that feels like could potentially irritate, even with the height of the neckline. As we can see, very nice fit. Like the color, like the shape, I'm a fan. 2 for 2. We are on a streak. That leaves the yarn jacket, which is the one thing that I was looking forward to the most. Now, this is made from 100% polyester, and it's 100% recycled polyester. First impressions, super fluffy, super soft. Absolutely no smell to it, which I'm highly thankful for. Shein, Temu, I'm looking at you. Here it is out of its packaging. Look how fluffy it is. It kind of looks velvety. It does feel like that. Even though it's very bulky, there's not a lot of weight to it. We got the zipper down the front. There's no lining. It's the same on the inside as it is on the outside. I feel like this would be very warm. This would be great for winter. We've got 2 pockets, one either side of the jacket. Once again, we'll check out our construction. Now, this one's been made a little differently. Because of the fabric, you don't really see the seams, and it's got material over the top of it. So you can see just here the banding, whereas this one is an actual seam. When you pull on it, there's no light that filters through. There are absolutely no threads hanging out that I can see. You can see the T section here on one of the arms, even around the pocket on the inside of the jacket flap. Absolutely nothing that's bunched or out of place. It looks nice and secure. Let's try this on. This is super cozy. It is so warm. The moment I put it on, the warmth that it gives you, this will be ideal for when we are out and about in the heart of winter when it's absolutely cold here. The neck is actually quite high up. It doesn't feel like, because it's that material, it's very soft fibers. There's nothing that's rough, and it doesn't feel like anything's going to be irritating even if I have it done up. There's still a lot of movement. I like that there is a bit of a elastic band around the wrist to keep it kind of in place. I like the length of the torso because it's very hard for me to find stuff that actually fits me because I have a long torso and shorter limbs. I'm just odd. Here we have our jacket. Super, super comfy, super toasty. As you can see, lots of movement, and that is the wind picking up out there. I am definitely a fan. I even feel like Adam would like this jacket. And there we have it. We have 3 for 3. I mean, are we surprised? I have found my new favorite online store to shop at that is completely affordable and really great craftsmanship, great customer service, great turnaround went from ordering to receiving, and the quality. Now I'm going to link everything down below if you want to check it out for yourself. And if you do, let me know your story. Did you have the same experience? I kind of came back into it the second time around just in case the first one was a fluke. But we've got 2 for 2 here. And I'm definitely going to be going back to looking at some more. Thanks for watching, team. Make sure we do all of the fun stuff, but most importantly, stay tuned.